How are you doing, lads? Welcome back to another video. Now, the Devonshire pub in London, in Soho in London, is probably, I've been doing this a while, and probably 4 or 5 years ago I'm doing videos around pubs, and I've seen different pubs open and close and all this sort of thing. The Devonshire pub in Soho is open about 2.5 to 3 months, and I have genuinely, not just saying this, genuinely never seen hype around a pub like the hype for the Devonshire. In the last video I posted, I went in with my good pal James Haskell. We met Oisín, poured a few pints, we had the crack, but I really wanted to get Oisín Rogers, one of the owners. I wanted to get him alone for a chat because I've gotten friendly enough with him just from doing videos, from being in London, but I don't really know his story. It just absolutely fascinates me as to how someone goes from moving from Dublin like 35 years ago to owning the most popular, the most popping pub in London. It was a story I really wanted to investigate. I would just like to give a big shout out to the sponsor of this video, my good friends over at Surfshark. What the hell is Surfshark? Surfshark is a VPN. What's a VPN? Virtual Private Network. I'll give you the simple version. Sometimes you'll be looking up something to watch and it'll say, sorry, not tonight, pal, not available in your country. And you say, okay, now. Surfshark is basically an app or web extension that lets you place your phone or laptop anywhere in the world. So you're in Dublin, trying to watch Man United on Match of the Day on the BBC iPlayer, access denied. You get up Surfshark, you change your location, bish, bosh, house, you're nosh. You watch the footy till the cows come home. Also stuff like the American Netflix is different to the UK and Irish Netflix. So do yourself a favor, oh my God, that's so weird. I'm actually wearing this t-shirt. Do me a favor and download Surfshark today. Use my code DARA to get an extra 3 months for free. Thank you, Surfshark, for your ongoing support on the channel. Now let's find out how to create, let's be honest, the best pub in all of London. How are you, lads? Here I am outside the Devonshire pub here in Soho. My good friend Oisín Rogers. You probably remember seeing him in the Guinea Grill pub when I did my best pint of Guinness in London. He has now opened this absolute behemoth of a pub in London. It's booked and busy every single day of the week. We're going to go in and meet Oisín. We've just done a video with James Haskell and Ush himself, but I really wanted to do a sort of sit down, candid video just with Oisín. I don't really know his story, how he came here, how he went from wherever he started in London to be building this place, because it is talk of the town, talk of the country, even talk of Ireland. So let's go in, have a good chat with Oisín. Oisín, take the reins.
So we sell a lot of beef, sell a lot of pork, make our own sausages, do our own bacon. And so we got our own butchery underneath the pub where we buy in whole carcasses of pigs. That's where we do the bacon and the sausages and the brawn from. And then we age our own beef. So we buy fresh beef from Scotland, the very best possible, and we put it into our ager in the back. And 5 weeks later, we cut it, and then it goes into the restaurant. That's not standard stuff, is it, in a restaurant? No.
Can I just say, I had
yes, you can
steak,
speak.
and it was unbelievable.
Yeah,
I would say
it's pretty
one
good.
of the finest steaks in Christendom.
Come on, we'll just go in. I'm going to show you what we're doing. Stand the butcher George here. So we haven't got any pigs hanging today. These are some sausages they just made earlier on. Obviously sausage meat, it's going to go straight into Scotch egg, sausage rolls, everything from here. We use all the fat for the potatoes on Sundays. We're making our own bacon. You can see it's in the vac packs there. A bit of mince there for staff food. And if you go in here, you'll see what we're doing with the beef.
Oh my God.
Yeah, go on, Hask, have a look in there.
This is unbelievable. It's like Narnia.
Yeah.
The Lion, the Witch, and the Steak Wardrobe. This is unbelievable.
So we buy in about, so you can see in the corner the fresh beef that's just come in this morning. Yeah. Those great big old T-bones. So they come straight from the abattoir in Scotland. But what we need to do is to let them age in here. So 5 weeks in this very specific environment, which is kept at 1 degree, 75% humidity. It loses about 20% of its weight.
Okay.
And the meat flavour concentrates and it loses its moisture. So when we cut the steaks, we get these incredibly beautifully firm, aged, tasty, fantastic steaks with beautiful marbling through them. So we're pretty proud of that.
Quick one, Ush, I know it's freezing here, but like, do you have a background in, because I know you did all the steaks and stuff in the Guinea Grill. Do you have a background in butchery or anything? Or
no, I don't specifically, but I just know how to do it properly.
Yeah.
So in order to get it done properly, we found the best butcher in the country. In fact, one of the best in the world. Right. George Donnelly, who was working for Victor Churchill in Sydney. He came back to join us and he's here full time, and he's the man who cuts all of our beef for us and our steaks. So you can see some of the stuff we do down here, like these would be the ribs after
Look at that.
Look at that. And you can feel the firmness of that. That is absolutely brilliant. They'll get cut into Côte de Boeufs. So 1 bone each.
Yeah.
And they go on the grill. Absolutely fantastic piece of beef.
So should I tell you now I'm a vegan or
Huh? Well, I know you're not. So, yeah.
But it's
Not a place for vegans,
No,
to
it's
be
not
fair.
a place for vegans.
This is the Iberico pork. We take it in from Spain. So the best pigs in the world. These are the chops. Lamb chops, we do hundreds of these. So we buy the racks in. If you look into the very back of the fridge, you can see the lamb is aging as well.
Oh, yeah.
In the back there, the saddles of lamb. And so we keep them for about 2 weeks before we face them and cut them into
You were saying
perfect
earlier,
chops.
Ush, like I made the comments, like as an ignorant person, like it's like
Not at all.
they look so dry, and you said then
Yeah.
it's that you chopped a little bit of top
You
off
take
and
the
then
front.
they're
You
A1.
take the front off it, and in behind is that
Yeah.
beautiful, succulent, firm, ribbed, beautiful meat, and you get the best steaks in the world from those.
And if you could quickly sum up the main thing, the reason to dry age it for 5 weeks is because it's more succulent or tasty or what?
You can see that what's come from the abattoir. It's really quite wet.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a little bit flabby. It's got great flavour, and a lot of what you buy in the supermarket will be similar to that, but it's got too much water content, and when you get it medium rare, it'll be kind of rawish in the middle with a lot of residual water in there. So what you want to do is let that dry away, so you've got a much firmer, drier piece of meat that has no blood in it whatsoever, and it's beautiful.
Unreal. Right.
Cool.
1 degree.
Yeah, no one's wet and flabby here.
So we went to do a few hours has passed since I did that intro, I won't lie. We had a couple of pints, did a video at Haskell that should be up already.
Yeah.
And then we said, okay, let's sit down and do the chat with Oisin. Pub is absolutely rammed out the door. There's not a fucking seat to be gotten and it's loud as shit down there. Great crack. So we come up to the rooftop. The one part of the Devonshire Ush that you haven't done anything with yet, you're kind of...
well, it's to be confirmed. We hope to open it this summer and it'll be good crack. I mean, it's great to have the space.
Yeah.
Because there's no space in the West End outside.
Yeah.
And when the sun's coming down here, I think in the summer it'll be great crack.
Yeah, brilliant. And you were telling me a story the last time I was with you about how you... I'll let you take it away, about you kind of heard that I was coming.
No, the thing is, I'm a massive fan, right? But
Now.
Guinea Grill 2 years ago, very busy. We were really pushing the Guinness. I was trying hard to have as good a Guinness as I could. We'd hacked the system. People were starting to pick it up. I think you came over and I was sort of on your radar because you were on your way in, right?
Yeah.
I'm upstairs about 3 o'clock of an afternoon. It might have been a Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday, something like that.
Yeah.
My phone buzzes and I've got a text from my friend Chris Dolan, good old mate of mine, loves a pint of Guinness, and it's just gone, the Guinness Guru's just done an Instagram story from outside your pub. And I've looked at it and I've gone, Guinness fucking Guru.
Who the fuck is that going?
Never heard of him. Never heard of him. So
wouldn't be the first.
I've gone, hang on, maybe this might be something. So
Yeah.
I went straight on Google, Guinness Guru, 100,000 views for YouTube. Never heard of you. His name's Dara. Okay, I put the jacket on.
Yeah.
Sauntered down into the pub exactly the same time as you're walking in the
Oh,
door.
I
I've
literally
gone,
walked in.
How are you doing,
How
Dara?
are you, Dara? How are you?
Yeah.
I'm there thinking, I'm the fucking dog's
Yeah,
bollocks.
yeah,
This
that
lad,
was the
lad
idea,
knows
yeah.
me, obviously
Not
knows me.
a fucking clue. I'd never heard of you before.
But that's
Cheers.
That's fucking how it's done.
But since we've had a bit of crack, haven't we?
It was great crack since.
Yeah.
So you were in the Guinea Grill. So yeah, I suppose this video, what is a sort of, like I said before, we're good pals now. But I never really asked you about the whole, like you've been. I'm considered. The more I hear about you,
stop it.
No, listen. When we met, I was like, this lad's just owner of a pub, whatever, grand. The more I fucking hear, you're basically the king of London, and that's why we're up here. We're having like a Batman meeting up here.
I've had a good run, to be fair.
You've had a good run.
I came to London for the weekend in 1989, having worked in the Stag's Head 3 days a week for about 2 years on and off.
In Dublin.
And obviously, Dame Court, fantastic pub,
brilliant
still
pub.
the same, love it. And I learned how to do it, and I was taught properly by the Shaftry family who owned it then, how to pour a pint, how to look after customers, how to have a laugh, and it was well paid, to be fair. But I came over here and ran out of money on a Saturday night and ended up working in a pub on Sunday morning. That was the Anglers in Teddington.
You just walked in and said, give us a job?
Well, I had to get a job because I literally £2 left. I couldn't get back.
Unbelievable.
So,
and how long did you work there then? Kind of through the 90s, or was there many different things?
I think I did about 8 months there. But the thing was, I came in as a barman on the Sunday. By Tuesday, they nicknamed me the Octopaddy. And Wednesday, I was the assistant manager.
Octopaddy, why?
Because I could pour like 2 pints at the same time and look after customers, and you know, they appreciate the fact that I had an idea how to pour a pint.
Yeah.
You know, and they like that, you know. So.
Yeah. And when was the first time you kind of ventured into ownership or landlordship or whatever you want to call it?
Well, it was a very quick sort of introduction, because I ended up getting my first pub in 91 in Chelsea. So it was 2 years from me pulling a pint of the Anglers to taking over a pub called the Magpie and Stump in Chelsea.
Not to give away your age, Shane, but you couldn't have been more than...
I was 21.
21?
Yeah, I was 21. 22.
When you got
and
your
by
first
the way,
pub?
I was shite. I had no idea what I was doing. And that's one of the advantages of over here, is that you can get promoted within this industry quite quickly, because there's not... While there is an awful lot of talent, there's an awful lot of people who don't really know as well. So I had a very good run. And I would say that at 21 I was pretty rubbish. But like 10 years of doing it every day. That's
straight in the deep end. Baptism of fire. Get the shit out of the way.
Yeah.
10 years later, you're the same age fucking I am now. So like,
so that would have been 2001. I would have been finished I'd done the Marlborough in Richmond for 7 years. I was a dad, got married to Tracy, who's fucking wonderful. And we moved then to the St. Margaret's Tavern, and that's, I think, about 2001-2. That's when I started having some idea what I was doing.
And have they all been like central London, all the pubs?
No, I started off in West London.
Yeah.
And I gradually sort of moved to the centre, because you know I had the Ship in Wandsworth for 10 years, from 2005 to 2015.
Yes, yeah.
And that was an iconic
mental
place.
Yeah.
And then the Guinea was after that.
So that's been, so the Ship, the Guinea, and now here, and I think it's safe to say this is like your, as great as all the other places were. Like you said to me, I came here, we looked around about 6 months ago when you were putting it together, and you kind of said, this is kind of like your...
It's kind of my retirement, to be honest with you.
Your retirement, I'm your life's work, your fucking...
Yeah, I'm in it with Charlie Carroll, who I'm very fortunate to be working with.
Yeah.
He's organised everything and sorted everything out and funded it and supported and backed us.
Yeah.
And backed me. And we signed a 20-year lease. And that 20-year lease to me means I need to be here for as long as I can at that 20 years.
Yeah.
I'm 56 now.
Yeah.
And I'm absolutely loving it.
Yeah, that'll take you nice and smoothly into cheeky little retirement. I can't see you retiring now.
I love it.
You'll be in here, you'll be 76, you'll be in here 7 days a week, and then the next day you're going to be fucking scratching your arse. You'll be coming in here for nothing.
No, we'll extend the lease, don't worry about that. Yeah. But you know, it's interesting as well, because everyone in London, when you're working for pubs, they want to open more. And like, there's loads of companies in London that've got more than 100 pubs. And you've got companies like Fuller's and Young's, who've got 300-400 pubs. M&B got thousands of pubs. I just want to do one.
We were chatting after the video, having a bit of grub, and Haskell said to you, is when you see it being so successful, do you just want to extend it? You actually said total opposite. You just want one absolute gem.
I just want to be here.
Yeah.
And imagine if I opened another pub on the other side of Soho or in Mayfair or down there.
Around.
I'd end up divided in two, and one of them would be worse than the other. You know? And when and one of them would definitely...
And everyone would go to the good one.
And not just that, but you'd have a feeling of that one was not good enough, you know?
Yeah.
I just want to have one that is genuinely all right.
It's like people when they have a company and it's just them, and then they all of a sudden have 1,000 employees and they just can't oversee it at all. Like, you're probably not far off 1,000 employees.
You're giving me anxiety just saying that.
But can you give me a sort of like... I'm just always so fascinated in pub stories and people who have been in the business so long. Like, you're here since 1989, 1990. In terms of lessons and, not tips, but lessons you've learned over the years, like, say like one or two of the main...
I'll tell you something, right?
Yeah.
London has been very good to me and a lot of Irish people that I know.
Right.
I think it's one of the best places to work if you were going to emigrate. Obviously it's closer, but I've never had any issue about people respecting you, getting on with you and being able to get along.
Okay.
And I love the English people for that. Especially
you mean that
in
in terms of like fellow workers or customers or just everyone?
The whole lot. The whole lot. The support network, the way people perceive you, see you, being able to, you know, I think we've got a we've got a big advantage being Irish here because they don't put you in a class.
Yeah.
You know, and I can deal with the guys at the top and the guys at the bottom and have a pint with them all and have great fun and crack and make people feel comfortable, safe and happy and well looked after in a place that doesn't have a specific demographic.
Yeah,
and that's the point about pubs, is that everybody should be able to come in and have a nice time.
Yeah, and I feel like if you're Irish and you're running the place and it's been run well, then they kind of just say, well, yeah, that's that Irish charm, the Irish grand, and you're just like, yeah grand.
But another thing, I think we said this earlier, but this is not an Irish pub. It was never intended to be an Irish pub.
Yeah.
It's a pub for Soho. It's a pub for the people who live and work around here and people who might want to come a bit further to have some nice food or enjoy what we do.
Yeah,
and we do have a few Irish staff, and I'm Irish, and he kind of has an Irish accent. But I don't want to be defined as an Irish pub.
An Irish pub is, you think Irish pub, you think I'm going to fucking Lanzarote on a stag.
Yeah.
Where can I get a shy pint of Guinness? That's an Irish pub. Like, you don't need to call this. You don't have to put a big sign up. If a place has the big words outside, Irish pub, you know, it's
and
probably...
people say it's Irish because we painted it green outside, but the truth is we painted it green because everything else is red. So, if we had painted it red, it would have just blended in. But actually, it pops out because of the colour. But no, people do say that, and it was only in hindsight.
It's fucking big Irish. There's no Irish flags around or anything.
No,
like that.
exactly, and you know we wouldn't do that. We don't show the rugby. We don't have television. We just want people to be able to have a nice time.
Yeah, you're very much obviously you're a people person, but like, is that how? Do you think it's the most important thing is how you deal with people?
I think that's important, but I think, rather than think about the most important thing, you need to bring it back and work out why you're doing it. And that's something I spend a lot of time doing.
Wow.
Why am I doing it? Because I want to have a nice time giving other people a nice time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you work out how they have a nice time, obviously the product's got to be good.
Yeah.
And the food's got to be good and the environment's got to be good. But it's way more than that. What we want to do is make sure that people have a feeling. It's an emotion of feeling comfortable, happy, safe, well looked after, not too cold, not too warm, nothing sticky, you know, everything sounds okay, it looks right, and you kind of being able to sit down and go, I'm spending money and I'm spending time in this place, and when I leave, it's worth it.
Yeah, and I'm happy that these people are getting the money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
Good roof chats, and...
Here's to roof chats.
Here's to roof chats.
I love roof chats.
Here's to the Devonshire, here's to Oisin Rogers.
Cheers, and thanks for coming over, Dara. I really hope you enjoy your couple of days, and we'll talk again.
Oh, we will. Yeah. Cheers, lads. See you in the next one.